Hi all, I wish you a very happy Sunday. I hope your board prep is in full swing. And on this channel, we are going to cover IT 402 start to finish. Today's session is going to be E-Spreadsheet. If you do not already know me, my name is Akash Singh, and on this channel, I try to make things easier and simpler for you. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on Instagram. My username is Akash7.7, where you can ask me doubts. You can also ask your doubts in the comment section of any of my videos. I'll also be posting a link to the Telegram channel जहाँ पर मैंने कुछ notes share किए हुए हैं, where you can also ask questions. So without any further delay, let's try to see what we are going to cover in today's session. A point to note, अगर आपने Google Sheets से ई स्प्रेडशीट पढ़ा है, अगर आपने ओपन ऑफिस से ई स्प्रेडशीट्स पढ़ा है, और मे बी आपने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट एक्सेल से ई स्प्रेडशीट पढ़ा, इट डज नॉट मैटर. इन द थ्योरी एग्जामिनेशन आपके जितने भी कंसेप्ट्स हैं, ऑल ऑफ देम आर एक्चुअली सेम इन दीज थ्री. सो डोंट वरी अगर आपने अपने स्कूल में कोई डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर यूज़ किया होगा. ओनली फॉर द स्टेप्स जब आपका प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम होने वाला है, दीज टू थिंग्स विल बी डिफरेंट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ऑल द लॉजिकल कंसेप्ट्स विल बी द सेम. सो लेट्स सी हम लोग क्या क्या कवर करने वाले हैं आज. व्हाट इज डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन? सॉरी, सो नॉट डिजिटल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन, इट शुड बी ई स्प्रेडशीट. आई माइट हैव यूज द प्रीवियस स्लाइड, बट एनीवेज हम लोग ई स्प्रेडशीट में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट जो आपका है दैट इज डेटा एनालिसिस, जिसमें आपके मल्टीपल टाइप्स आते हैं. आपको सब टोटल्स फाइंड करना हो सकता है, कंसोलिडेशन होता है, व्हाट इफ सिनेरियोज, गोल सीक, all these things will be covered, and try to understand them in a logical way and not just try to cram them up. Next up is linking data. हम लोग कैसे ई स्प्रेडशीट शेयर कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ, एंड कैसे हम लोग एक जगह का डेटा उसमें लिंक कर सकते हैं. सो दैट कम्स अंडर शेयरिंग एज वेल एज लिंकिंग ऑफ डेटा. Then we'll cover macros, which is kind of important from a board's perspective, but this is a very short topic. So in these four, you can think that data analysis is the most important, and rest three topics are quite short and simple. So let's begin with our session by looking at an e-spreadsheet. Now generally e-spreadsheet जब हम लोग देखते हैं, आपको एक हमेशा टेबल दिखेगा. टेबल के साथ साथ you will be able to see some columns. Within these columns there can be multiple data types. जैसे यहाँ पर integer है, यहाँ पर text है, this is also integers. Now in your first look, can you try to see आपको इस e-spreadsheet में क्या दिख रहा है? We can see that assignments है, midterm है, project है, and all these are marks. And at the end, we are calculating the grade. So you might have seen how do you calculate the grade. आप ये सारे marks लेते हो, सबको average करते हो, and then you divide them by 100, something like that. So e-spreadsheets are also generally used जहाँ पर आपको calculations perform करनी होती है. So आपके 10th standard में आपको सिर्फ generally calculations and macros तक ही पढ़ना, but if you move on to 11th and 12th, you will also see how useful this is to create charts and graphs. So now we know what an e-spreadsheet is. उसमें किस टाइप का आप डेटा देख सकते हो. Not only school data but any kind of data which is in tabular form, आप उसमें add कर सकते हो, and you can perform some sort of calculations in it. You can perform some data analysis. So talking about data analysis, let's move on to consolidation of data. डेटा एनालिसिस का पार्ट होता है कंसोलिडेशन. अगर आप इंग्लिश डिक्शनरी देखोगे, कंसोलिडेशन का मतलब होता है समरी. So when do we want a summary? When we have a lot of text, a lot of data, we want to summarize into some small form, or maybe we want to join multiple sheets together so that हम लोग सिर्फ एक ही sheet में सारी summary देख लें. So consolidation of data means nothing but combining data from different sources into one place. You can have sheet 1, you can have sheet 2, you can also have sheet 3. But what if you don't want to access all of these sheets separately? अगर आपको सिर्फ एक ही sheet में अगर देखना है ये सब data, then make use of consolidation of data. It looks something like this. So we have two tables here. फर्स्ट क्वार्टर सेल्स ऑफ ईयर 2020. सो 2020 में फर्स्ट 4 मंथ्स में कितनी सेल्स हुई थी, एंड ईयर 2021 में फर्स्ट 4 मंथ्स में कितनी सेल हुई थी. सो नाउ व्हाट वी वांट टू गेट इज वी वांट टू चेक आउट कि दोनों साल मिलाकर फर्स्ट क्वार्टर में कितनी टोटल सेल्स हुए हैं. सो इफ यू वांट टू अप्लाई द लॉजिक, द फाइनल टेबल शुड लुक लाइक, so first quarter of 2020 plus 2021, we have the column names cars, January, February and March. So these are the same in both the places. Finally we start by writing the total sum of sales. जैसे यहाँ पर जनवरी में 350 plus 456, that is 806, which is present here. I hope this is not too unclear. So next up is 200 plus 678, 878 and so on. So what is the use of consolidation of data? जब आपके पास multiple sheets present है and आपको उसको एक sheet में summarize करना है, then we use consolidation of data. You can use addition, you can use subtraction, you can also use multiplication, but it all depends on your use case. Next is subtotal. Now subtotal, as the name suggests, it is not the total of the entirety of data, but आपके डेटा का एक थोड़ा सा पार्ट है. जैसे आपके पास यहाँ पर 3 पार्ट हुए, and you want the subtotals for each of these parts. जैसे मुझे ये 3 का subtotal चाहिए. So that is the use of subtotal. Let's have a look at an example. Now we have 3 items here. One is pen, pencil and markers. Now in सब की sales हमें पता है, but now I want to find the subtotal of each of these products. जैसे pen का subtotal है 4500, pencil का total भी 4500 है, marker का 2500. So these 3 values represent the subtotals of these products. How is it useful? Generally if you want to analyze कि pens की कितनी sale हुई है, markers की कितनी sale हुई है, it becomes very easy for you to understand the data. So all these things जैसे consolidation, subtotals, आगे भी हम लोग जो देखने वाले हैं, goal seek etc., all of them are used for analyzing the data. Next up is scenarios. So let me take an example. India versus Australia का मैच है. India has scored about 308 runs in 50 overs. Right? Now because of the rain, Australia needed 309 runs in 50 overs. Now because of the rain, this has been changed to something like this, 250 in 41 overs. What is the run rate required now? What was the run rate required here? So जब आपका सिनेरियो चेंज हो रहा है, जब आपके पास मल्टीपल वैल्यूज आ रही हैं एंड यू वांट टू कैलकुलेट द फाइनल आंसर, तब आपको सिनेरियोस बहुत यूजफुल होते हैं. यू कैन पुट डिफरेंट इनपुट वैल्यूज. जैसे यहाँ पर आपने 309 इनपुट डाला, यहाँ पर 50 डाला, यू कैन गेट योर रन रेट. बट इफ यू हैड टू चेंज द वैल्यूज टू समथिंग 250 एंड 41 ओवर्स, यू कैन अगेन गेट द रन रेट बाय यूजिंग सिनेरियोस. हाउ इज दिस यूजफुल? यू डू नॉट वांट टू क्रिएट द फॉर्मूला अगेन एंड अगेन. आपने सिर्फ एक बार फॉर्मूला क्रिएट किया एंड यू जस्ट नीड टू चेंज द वैल्यूज, एंड इट बिकम्स वेरी सिंपल इन द केसेस जब आपके पास बहुत सारा डेटा हो. ठीक है. सो सिनेरियोज के मल्टीपल टाइप्स होते हैं. एग्जाम्पल, जब आपको किसी भी बैंक से लोन लेना है फॉर अबाउट फिक्स्ड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम एंड यू कैन ओनली पे अ सर्टेन अमाउंट ऑफ EMI, which interest rate will be the most suitable for you? Looking at an example like this, हमारे पास यहाँ पर 4 बैंक्स हैं, HDFC, SBI, Axis and Yes Bank. Your loan amount is already fixed. You want 50 lakhs of loan. ठीक है. And आपका जो duration है, that is again fixed, 360 months everywhere. Your loan amount is fixed. What is changing everywhere? The rate is changing in each of these banks. कहीं पे 12% है, कहीं पे 9, यहाँ पर 11, यहाँ पर 8. What you need to find out is you want to find out the EMI for each of these banks. जैसे अगर आपने देखा HDFC बैंक के लिए आपकी EMI इतनी आएगी. Now I want to calculate the EMI if I take a loan from SBI bank. So these things will stay the same, but this part will change. So now if I input something like 9%, your amount over here will be something else like 53,000. It is not exact, but let's assume. Okay. So with this, you can calculate different scenarios जो जितने भी possibilities हैं. Next up is multiple operations. For example, you have already created a formula like this. Let's take a simple formula of simple interest, which is principal into rate into time by 100. Now you have created this formula and you have multiple inputs. जैसे आपके पास principals and rates available है. Your principal can be 100, your rate can be 10, 215, 308, 407. So multiple operations are used जब आपके पास इनपुट की एक लिस्ट अवेलेबल है जो आपको सारे ट्राई आउट करने हैं. At that time, it becomes very easy if you use multiple operations. Looking at an example like this, let's say there is a Nike store जहां पर सारे शूज की वैल्यू है 10,000. Okay, so each month your fixed cost for running the store is 500 rupees, which is this. Your fixed cost of shoes is 10,000 and your quantity varies each month. Now हो सकता है किसी एक मंथ में आपने 200 शूज सेल किए, किसी एक मंथ में आपने 300, 400 या 500 सेल किए. So in this scenario we want to find out कि आपका जो प्रॉफिट है वो हर केस में कितना आने वाला है. अगर मैंने 200 शूज बेचे तो मुझे प्रॉफिट कितना आएगा. अगर मैंने 400 शूज बेचे, what should the profit be? 600, 800 and 1000. So this is how multiple operations works. आपके पास एक लिस्ट होगी क्वांटिटीज की एंड आप वो इनपुट कर सकते हो इनसाइड द फॉर्मूला एंड गेट द आंसर्स फॉर ईच ऑफ दीज वैल्यूज. अगेन दिस इज वेरी यूजफुल इन एनालाइजिंग. मैंने आपको एक रियल वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो दिया. जैसे अगर नाइकी का स्टोर है, एडिडास का स्टोर है, they want to find out ki what would be the profit if they sell a certain quantity of shoes. It becomes very beneficial for them. Next up is goal seek. Now till now we were trying to calculate the end values. जैसे we were trying to find out x plus y हो and मुझे जो end value है वो क्या होने वाली है. But in goal seek you already have x and you have the end value. You are trying to find out the input. इसका जो वैल्यू है वो क्या होना चाहिए. That is the meaning of goal seek. यहां पर आप inputs find out करते हो कि अगर मुझे 100 आउटपुट चाहिए, what should the input be? So x, let's say x is already 75. This is a fixed value. If I want the output as 100, y should be 25. If I want the output to be 150, what should be the value of y? It should be 75. So this is the use of goal seek, जहां पर आपका output fixed होता है and you are trying to find out one input variable. Next up is solver. So now we saw that goal seek में आपको एक input value find out करनी है जहां पर आपके पास output constant है. Solver also works on a similar note, but the only difference is कि यहाँ पर आप one variable ही find out कर सकते हो. But in case of solver, you can try out two or more than two variables. For example, if I want to find out 2x plus 3y is equal to 100. Now I want to search for all the values which satisfy this equation for x and y. This becomes very easy by the use of solver. In your examination, you can get a question जहां पर आपको goal seek versus solver का differentiation पूछा जा सकता है. Or maybe they will give you a scenario like if I want the profit to be 100, I have quantity as 50. What should be my selling price? ठीक है, यहाँ पर आप गोल सीक यूज कर सकते हो। सिमिलरली अगर आपके पास इक्वेशन इन 2 वेरिएबल्स है जहाँ पर आपको 2 वेरिएबल या उससे ज़्यादा फाइंड आउट करने हैं, वहाँ पर आप सॉल्वर यूज कर सकते हो। So this was all about analyzing of data. E-spreadsheets are generally used for analyzing and viewing the results. But it can also be used in cases जहाँ पर आपको अपनी शीट में कोई external data link करना हो. So let's talk about hyperlinks. So we all use Google. जब भी आपके पास Google का search result आता है, let's say I just searched for CBSE. Now if I search for CBSE on Google, I will get this page जहाँ पर you will see these blue links. Now on this page there can be multiple blue links, but if you click on any one of those, you will be redirected to a new web page, which means hyperlink is a quick way to access information which is present on some other location. जैसे अगर आप यहाँ पर क्लिक करोगे, you will be taken to this website. If you click on this one, you will be taken to this website. So hyperlinks are generally useful जब आपको एक ही पेज पे मल्टीपल इंफॉर्मेशन के लिंक्स देने हो या फिर मल्टीपल इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करने हो. They are generally of two types. On the internet, on the web, you will always find absolute hyperlinks. It's like talking about your full address. Full address means your flat number, your house number, your road, then city, then country. Your full address is available so that you can access the data which is present inside this hyperlink. As I said, these are generally present on the internet and known as absolute hyperlinks. There are other kind of hyperlinks जिनको हम लोग relative hyperlinks बोलते हैं. Let's say I stay in Delhi and my friend also stays in Delhi. When I provide some address to my friend like Daryaganj or maybe Connaught Place, so we don't give an address which is complete like Daryaganj, Delhi, then the pin code. We just say that this is the location which is already present in Delhi. As my friend also stays in Delhi, he does not need to know the entirety of the address including the pin code, the road, and etc. So relative hyperlinks are similar in such way that it contains the address which is only relative to the current file in use. For example, if I have a file called abc.exe, or maybe let's just say I have GTA 5 installed in my system, GTA 5.exe on my desktop. Now if I want to provide the location of this file to some other file in my PC, I will just say desktop slash GTA 5.exe. I won't say this that C users, my name, then desktop, and then finally write down the name. It becomes very easy in the cases जहाँ पर आपकी files same system में available है या फिर same folder में available है. So this is the difference between absolute hyperlinks and relative hyperlinks. Again, you can be asked questions जहाँ पर आपको इसके बीच में differentiate करना पड़ सकता है. Next is sharing and reviewing spreadsheets. Let's talk about your school, right? You have a teacher in your school, maybe a mathematics teacher. Now what job does she have or he have? He or she needs to input your marks into a spreadsheet. So she can do this or he can do this in school. But let's say that it is a weekend. You teachers are not ready to come to schools on the weekend. Now your teacher wants to work from home. Will he or she go to your school to add the marks on a weekend? No. It becomes very easy when you're working on e-spreadsheets because you can access the e-spreadsheet from either the school or the home. और यहाँ पर जो आपने changes किए, they will be reflected in your school spreadsheet as well. Please make a note कि ये दोनों जो spreadsheets हैं, they are not different. They are actually the same, which are present on the internet. सिर्फ हम लोग different location से इन spreadsheets को access कर सकते हैं. So what is the use of sharing? That same user or different users can work on the same spreadsheet from different locations simultaneously. What are the things that you can do while sharing? You can record the changes. जैसे multiple users अगर आपकी e-spreadsheet use कर रहे हैं, कोई अलग change कर रहा है, someone is changing the column name, someone is adding some new information, all these changes are reflected and recorded. कि जो admin है वो देख सकता है कि कौन सा user कौन से changes कर रहा है. You can also add comments. For example, two different teachers are working on the same spreadsheet. Now one teacher wants to tell the other teacher or maybe provide some information. You can also comment on the e-spreadsheets then. It's similar to commenting on Facebook posts or Instagram posts or maybe YouTube posts like this. Finally, it also gives you an option to merge the spreadsheets. Let's say I have user 1, I have user 2, I have user 3, and there is an administrator जिसने वो e-spreadsheet create की है. Now user 1 ने X changes किए, user 2 ने Y changes किए, user 3 ने Z changes किए. Now admin doesn't have to check each and every change separately on a different sheet. By the use of sharing and reviewing, all these changes can be combined into one sheet and then the admin can review all of them. So this is the use of sharing and reviewing in e-spreadsheets. So macros are a very short topic. Now, as for your practicals, I hope you have already studied how to create a macro, but the basic use of a macro is to reduce the amount of work that you need to do. Let's say Ronaldo works in SBI Bank, right? Now, every day he's getting a new spreadsheet. Now, new spreadsheet में आपके पास customer data है, आपके पास उसका balance का data है, and you have the address. Now, every day it is his job to sort the data, to bold the column names, then separate color for balance. मतलब अगर balance negative में है तो red, balance अगर positive में है तो green. So this is his job every day, and every day a new spreadsheet is coming in. So simply speaking, अगर आप उसको macros के बारे में नहीं पता, what he would be doing? He would be repeating these steps again and again every day. But by the use of macros, you can record all these steps. Ronaldo can record all these steps, and then every day जब उसको new spreadsheet मिल रही है, he can just apply this recording to the new spreadsheet and automatically जो भी वो steps कर रहा है वो execute हो जाएंगे. He does not need to do that manually again and again. So macros is nothing but automation of your recorded actions. जब आपको कोई task repeat करनी है बार बार, instead of doing it manually, you can do it by recording macros. Now please make note, macros में आप विंडो स्विचिंग नहीं कर सकते हो. विंडोज अगर आप स्विच कर रहे हो तो वो रिकॉर्ड नहीं होगा उसमें. आप लोग सिर्फ वही चीज़ें रिकॉर्ड कर सकते हो विच आर डन बाय द यूज़ ऑफ कीबोर्ड. जैसे अगर आपने कॉलम नेम्स को बोल्ड कर दिया, जैसे आपने कलर चेंज कर दिया अपनी एक्सेल शीट का, यू आर परफॉर्मिंग सम कैलकुलेशंस, दैट ऑल कैन बी रिकॉर्डेड. So recording, and also you can, so now this is not the part for your macros. All right, so this was it for the macros part, and with this we are actually finished with the entire chapter. Again, I am focusing on this bit. This chapter is quite easy. The only reason you find it quite lengthy or quite difficult is because इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा steps होते हैं. But for your theory examinations, you do not need to remember any of the steps. You can just revise these concepts which we have covered in this video. If you have any doubts, please feel free to comment under the video. I hope you like this video mentally as well as physically, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you're watching this video for the first time, or if you're continuously watching my videos and not subscribing. It helps me create more videos. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Till then, stay awesome. Bye bye.